The roads here are in a poor condition. Only I know how I managed to get out of there. Okay, भैया. So, I've just left from Munsiari. It's a nice sunny day today. The weather is really pleasant. The bike reached 21 degrees. I think right now it's close to 15-16 degrees in good sunlight, almost 10 in the morning. And I think I've left at the right time today. Even though I don't have a big distance to cover, it's always good to have good time on your hands. That way you can always spend it graciously wherever you want to. And today's ride is undecided for now. Okay, first we have to cross this water crossing, which we have. I've sort of become a pro at this. I'm low-key proud of that. Anyway, so I was saying the destination for today is not yet decided. So there's a couple of options that I'm pondering over, and it depends on where I get the opportunity to crash. So today is more of a layover ride. That is the Panchachuli peak. Really, really bright with all the snow on it, and extremely visible now that the weather's clear. Another water crossing. And I don't like this one because of how deep it is towards the end. And now it's good to be back on the road, even though I'm a little sad that I'm leaving this dream of a place called Munsiari. The people are so nice here. The weather's even nicer. The roads are the only thing that's bad, but I think that adds to the essence of this place. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the journey as much as I do as we head to a new place today. That drop is insane. You're not gonna be found if you're gonna go down that way. Okay, you've got to move. Of course, they've decorated the road for you. Appreciate the expansive horn on this guy. Where do I take it from? It's always good to stop before a water crossing, calculate which path you intend to take and stick on it. And always have a plan B. I mean, you should always think that if the bike slips either of the ways, how are you gonna manage it? So yeah, take your time when you're crossing a water crossing. I faced quite a few on this trip to tell you how I've been doing it with no prior experience. I can feel the rear tire of my bike slipping at turns because of so much gravel on the road. So I have to be really cautious about that. Now the CA tires of course aren't the best thing, but they're holding pretty well till now. Look at that road. Yeah, look at how clean it looks from the distance. It's only when you're on it do you realize what the hell. But I think this is, like I said before, the essence of coming to places like these. You don't want a complete perfect tarmac road. Just sort of takes away the flavor of visiting a place which is remote in its own sense. Okay, so I just took a small little pit stop here at Beedthi Falls. That gave me a good chance to check my luggage, and also I ate a little bit here. It's nice and sunny today. I think I won't be encountering any rains today, which is a good thing. Always is a good thing when you're riding. I think the only riding that I've done in any kind of rain across this journey was just on the first day when I was entering Pangot. This is a small little village on the way, and the villages here are just so pretty, so pretty. They don't have a lot of houses or a lot of people living, but they have their own charm about them. I don't know if you can see, just there's small colonies of little villages just about anywhere that you can see. There's one over the top of that hill. There's a few of them on that hill, and I'm just wondering how these people really are living their day-to-day lives. I mean, of course it's majestic to think in a lot of ways, but then you do need to be connected to the other parts or the other villages at the very least, even if it's for basic essentials. So this is the kind of road that I've been riding on since the last 10 kilometers. A while back I had taken the diversion for Samma or Shama. I still don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, the least of my worries is the road, which is not the best, but the drop from here is incredible. There were a couple of hairpin bends where you could just see how high up you were. The roads here are in a poor condition. Only I know how I've managed to get out of there. This road surely isn't the easiest to ride on. It's as narrow as the Munsiari road and has as crazy a valley as that. I had come via the national highway from Chokori side, but since now I'm taking the route to Kapkot, on the way to which Shama really is, And the problem is that there's just so many landslides in these mountains, so there's so much more chance of slipping here. Away from the shitty road onto a good road. What a view now this has taken. The landscape is somewhat similar, but it just feels really high in altitude. ये वाली सड़क ठीक है, धन्यवाद. So I've just reached Shama and I'm leaving from Shama. There's no option for me to stay here today. Anyway, I'm moving further. Now I'm aiming to halt at a town called Kapkot. It's bigger than Shama, so I'm hopeful of finding homestays there. Because today I don't want to pitch a tent, as I have some work to complete and I need the charge on the laptop and I need a good internet connection today. So let's see, I'm hopeful that I'll find both of these things there. That's the thing about Uttarakhand. It's not as rich with hotels and homestays as Himachal is. Himachal is in a lot of ways more commercialized. But for now, this area doesn't have any internet. Jio hasn't worked for me since Pangot, I believe. It wasn't there in Almora, and after that it wasn't there anywhere. So Airtel and Vodafone are the two networks that you can stay connected to here. But it's a really nice forested area, this one. So Shama had no place for me to crash today. Liti was not worth going because someone told me there was a huge section of the road which was not fine. But anyway, I've decided to head on further down the road to a little town called as Kapkot, and hopefully I can find a fuel station there and a homestay too.